TV 1061, conceptualizing your ideas across the world and beyond.
You're live with your talk show divas. Sit back and relax and enjoy. Exciting, informative, and sexy. So get ready for your talk show divas.
Welcome back, Facebook. I told you we would be back with an extraordinary show, but before we get to that, you are watching TV 1061, Talk Show Divas, filmed here in Douglasville. The wonderful, beautiful, it's so beautiful outside right now. I can't believe it in Douglasville. Okay, and I'm here with my beautiful, gorgeous sisters. To my right here is Diva Kelly. To my far left over here is Diva K Renee.
Hi.
And beside Diva K Renee is Diva Dana. And in the middle, we have our wonderful guest that I told you about. And I'm so glad that you guys are here to witness and hear her story. This is Jackie Cooper. She is a youth advocate. She works with the Youth Against Violence. I'm going to allow her to tell more about her story. But she has a compelling story that, you know, we just felt as divas, the world should know. And we want to make sure that you guys hear her. So, Jackie, how you doing? Welcome.
I'm great.
I also want to mention she's my sister. No, we don't look alike, but we look alike. Okay. If you seen our mama, you'll be like, I don't know which one of y'all look like her.
Wow.
Yeah. So thank you again for being here. We appreciate it.
Thank you for having me. Thank you.
I don't want to be the one to tell your story, but your story is compelling, and so let's start from the beginning. Why are you here? What you came to do? Tell us about it.
Like I told the young lady in the audience, I came to kind of prick the heart of some people. I really need people to understand where it is I've been, and where it is I came from, and where it is I'm going.
Okay, so let's tell us where you've been. People are going to be so shocked to know where you've been. I'm
actually ex-felon. I was incarcerated for 6.5 years. I was facing 140 at the time. When I was got locked up, currently I had charges out of the yin yang in one county and several others. But in this one county, I was facing 140 years. Wow. I don't want to start crying. I'm a big baby.
Oh, she was on y'all asses right now.
I'm a big baby, but the passion that I have, God has ignited in me throughout the years, not just for youth but women, is amazing. And I'm so grateful. I was incarcerated, racketeering, money laundering. I did any fraud. All these things, I even had a judge ask me, were you on drugs when you did this? No. Never did a drug in my life.
Don't drink. None of that.
Wow. Nothing.
Wow. Money was your drug.
Yeah, money was my drug. It was my drug. And if people don't understand why, it was, money was my drug. It was because where I came from. People don't know that we lived in a concrete building like this. We didn't have much growing up. My mom was a teenage mother, and at the time she didn't know how to be a mother because she was a teenage mother. Right. Didn't understand that until I was in prison, which is shocking, but didn't understand that. Just knew that she wasn't, that mom, but I love my mom with everything in me. Would change her for the world because she made me who I am today. So with that being said, my hustle came about because I didn't have. And I went through so many struggles. I was molested, and things occurred, in my family or with me. I'm not going to say in my family, but with me that, brought about a lot of things that, kept me shelled, and, and me thinking people was looking at me, and I lived here and I didn't live like the next one, and I didn't have what the next girl had, and I didn't have the Jordache, and I just told my age, but it's okay. But I didn't have all those things, when I was growing up. So I as I became a young adult in high school, I was like looking at everybody, and I started doing things that so I can look like everybody else. It came from taking, then it came from scheming and getting things that with in other people's names so I can have so it brought about all that because of where I was at, where I came from, and that's what I tried to explain to the judge, that this is that was my mentality,
right?
That's where Satan had me bound, like
yes.
And that's how I got started with my hustle, and it just went to totally different levels as the years went on. And Cobb County said I stole $3.2 million out of the county by the time I was done with whatever I was doing, by the time I sat down years and years later. But facing that time, God just said, okay, I knew you had a plan. My kids used to tell me, I have 4 grown kids now. Hey kids, I love y'all. So I have 4, grown, crazy.
Yes.
Crazy.
Yes.
But amazing,
Yes.
in their own right, children. And I love them to death. And so, my kids used to tell me all the time, I used to have a house full of kids, her son, everybody in my house, and used to say, you're going to be a preacher, son, because I was always encouraging kids. No matter what I was doing in the streets, I never let my kids see, what I done. They just know they had. Just know they just know we were able to go and do things, and, things I wasn't able to do as a young, child myself. My mom didn't have, the funds or the means or, to do for us. I made a whole bunch of kids. So I was like, well, whatever God has for me, still in the streets, hustling, doing whatever. And when that time came, God set me down in his prison cell. First of all, he blessed me to where I didn't get that time.
Wow.
I didn't get that time. God was good. I prayed, stayed prayed up, and God just said, you're going to be still, because you got to be held accountable for what it is that you've done. But I'm not going to do you like that, because I got something for you to do. And so when, I was in prison and, found some forgiveness for others, and found, and asked for forgiveness, and God just started doing things, in my life. To write a book, I didn't like to read, but I wrote a book. And then when I went to the halfway house, I started, I said, Brandy, this is what I want to do. My mouth, I'm always talking.
She don't ever shut up. Never.
I'm always talking. So I said, Brandy, I really want to do something with the youth. That's my passion. That's what I want to do. So my sister helped me. I was in the halfway house, and she helped me start getting things together, to where when I transitioned out of prison, this was what I was going to be doing.
Okay.
And in the midst of that, we met with Chief Sparks here in Douglasville, and I've been doing the Youth Against Violence with him for 9 years.
Oh my goodness, that's wonderful.
Yeah, I'm trying to save the lives of our youth.
Yes.
I've done enough time for all of them. They don't have to do no time. And the devil is he coming for them. Because the Bible says that's what he was going to use, our youth. So the devil trying to do whatever he can, whenever he can, to take our children out. So not only that, I work inside the jail that incarcerated me now. I go and I do classes with them and show these ladies, hey, ain't nothing impossible with God.
Wow.
You understand? Nothing is impossible with God. So all the things that I'm doing now, and with working with these different entities, to try to help, supervise these youth and let them have a changed heart, to empower them, to encourage them, to impart some goodness, because our children didn't come out the womb. They didn't come out the womb acting crazy. So we got to get to the root, the just cause of what it is that our children have gone through, and what's taking place in their lives. See, I didn't come out the womb acting like that. It was some things that had to transpire in my life in order for me to be in the place where I was. In order for me to go through the things that I've gone through, I had to get that thing out of me.
But it's like what you said with you. Like back, I don't know how long ago that was, but you wanted things. You wanted the DoorDash or whatever. And I think amplified times 100 now.
Yeah.
Because
Yes.
the kids are now driving around in luxury cars. And like, so it's not just Jordache. So they're doing worse to get those same toys. So it's the same struggle, it's just on a higher scale.
Absolutely. And they're taking people's lives.
Yes.
You know, I took people's livelihood.
Right.
When I snatched their names and utilized their names and messed up their credit and things like that, I took their livelihood.
Right.
These children are the devil is running crazy that they're taking people's lives for iPhones.
Yes.
Robbing them, sliding in their cars, you know what I mean? Breaking in their houses. They're taking people's lives. And it has to stop. Something has to give.
I first want to thank you for your bravery and sharing your testimony.
Thank you.
And it takes a lot to share that among people and strangers. And I noticed do you have a copy of your book?
I'm still, well, I'm going to let my sister talk about me when it comes to my book.
Okay. So
It's coming.
You don't want me to talk about her and this book. We've been working on this book for, I feel like, 10 years.
Okay. Have you finished writing it?
Yes.
So it's written.
We're
So
just
now
trying
it's
to
on
get
you.
this on. No, it's still on her.
Okay.
To give me a copy to edit. Okay.
So it's written.
Yes.
It's pieces. It's pieces. I mean, it's pieces. Yeah.
we're going to get it finalized. How about that?
Come on.
I'm
I
only
produced
gonna
my first book last year, so I can help you guys as well.
Thank you. I'm encouraged, but I'm only going to do so much. I'm not going to hold your hand.
Well, she is a beast.
I know she is. I know
you
she
know,
is.
like, I work 2 jobs, she does not want to, you know what I'm saying?
But the thing is, it's written.
It's
Yeah,
written.
it's written.
It's written.
So you
And
did the hardest part.
The hardest part is over.
So let's get it out there so people can get it. Oh, I know. I know. It's hot as hell, right?
Lord have mercy. Thank you, Lord. But yeah, thank you. Thank you.
And I noticed
Appreciate
too,
it.
you said a lot. So how old were you when you first started seeing the need to go off on the wrong track? How old were you?
And man, I was young. I was 15, 16 years old.
Okay.
I probably seen
Well,
it
tell about the
earlier.
story when, because I remember asking you that same question. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you. I remember asking you that same question once upon a time, and you telling a story about when our aunt took you into the store and introduced you to stealing that high.
Yeah, and my sister, our older sister, April, we was just talking about this a
You
couple
just
weeks
told
ago.
the girl name on TV and stuff.
And I said, my older sister April. You already said that she was married. My sister April is getting married.
Oh, I did say that.
Okay.
My bad.
Come on with it. So my aunt Didi, God rest her soul, she died 3 years ago. She used to babysit us. You know, like I said, my mom was a teenage mom. She had my sister when she was 14, me when she was 15. Right? Yeah, we old. But yeah, she had us young. And so my aunt Didi, which was her youngest sister, and she was really around our age, you know, like she was like 5 years older than us. So she would watch us, and she would take us to the stores, to the grocery store. And she had this thing about Kool-Aid and putting Kool-Aid, salt, and sugar in this pack and just eat it, you know. So she would take us to the store and she would stuff 20, 30 things of Kool-Aid in our pockets. So she introduced us into stealing, you know, and taking. And, you know, or go in the store and she was like, "Gotta put this in your pocket." And be like, No, come on. And we will walk out. We would get away with it until one time the man said, "Hey," caught us, and she was like, he was pulling things out of our, you know, unnecessary things. Not like we were hungry or anything. Unnecessary things out of our pockets. Things that she wanted. She just wanted us to do it. Y'all ain't gonna get in trouble. Y'all young. You know, that mentality. And so when you instill things into a child's mind at such a young age, it becomes a trait for
And then it
them.
depends on who's instilling it.
Yes.
You believe in that person and trust that person.
Yeah.
So with that being said, when you went that route, I noticed you said a lot in your testimony was about God. God showed you this in your spirit. So what would you say to those people who don't believe in God, do not have a prayer warrior? Because if you think about it as a child, me being brought up, we had to recite "Thou shalt not lie," 10 Commandments. We had to just do all this. But a lot of times kids would be rebellious. So what would you say to those who don't have a believe in God, or what would you tell them? Because there's always a spirit within you.
Yeah, I would say, try the spirit by the spirit. Whatever you feel in your heart. If you have someone that, you know, crosses your path, because God divine, you know, it's divine destiny for everything, you know, appointed time for everything in everyone's life. No one's special. God created us all fearfully and wonderfully made. He did that. So no one's special in this. He loved all of us to, you know, to where, you know, he gave you your eyes, he gave you your, and he gave me everything fearfully and wonderfully made. But if you have someone that crosses your path and, you know, even just speaks a word, you know what I mean? I would tell people to be open to what it is that God is trying to tell you, because, you know, we got the devil here and we got Satan here, and we know because we have that spirit of God and we have that, you know, rebellious spirit. So we know what it is when we're not doing right and when we're not doing wrong. And I always tell my children every Saturday, every time I get an opportunity to speak at schools and so on and so forth, I say, take 10 seconds to think about the repercussion of what it is that you're about to do and watch your mindset change. Because, and it's nothing about, it's only about God saying, stop. Just take a minute and think about, before you break in this person's house or this person's car, what's the repercussion behind what it is you're about to do. And I would just say, trust your heart.
And a lot of times you're guilty about association.
Yeah.
So you have to be mindful of the people you have in your
life. Exactly. And it's a lot of that. It's a lot of that.
Yeah.
It is a lot of that.
I taught my son that from a young age.
Yeah. It's a lot. It's definitely a lot of that. I have with youth against violence. These children are mandated by the judge, Judge Rowland. Hey, Judge Rowland. They're mandated by the judge to say, you know, to our program. So
I'm sorry. So youth against violence, just to clarify, it's a second chance program, or it's
absolutely
okay.
Absolutely, it gives, you know, these youth, you know, you getting pulled over for a speeding ticket or a small shoplifting charge, or, you know, we have had some, you know, even you know, high natured crime, you know, kids in there that, you know, just didn't know no better, or just, you know, or just was in the wrong, you know, situation, wrong time, wrong place at the wrong time, so on and so forth. So you have to, you know, be mindful of what it is. Now, if you're going to jump in the car with 5 other guys, and you know they smoke weed, and you don't know what they have on them, if they going to, you know, rob somebody or whatever, you have to think. You have to think, because you don't know if that, you know, something is going to take place at that time. You don't know what they're going to do. And when they get pulled up, or y'all sitting and y'all smoking weed in the car riding down, or y'all know Davisville don't play.
They don't play at all.
So if you're doing those type of things, that means that you don't mind. But if you just getting, you know, just, oh man, let me get a ride or whatever, you still have to know who it is that you're dealing with.
That's right.
Absolutely.
You still have to know. You have to love it. And I tell my kids all the time, know yourself, love yourself, have enough self-worth to say no.
Well said. I am so sorry to have to cut you short, but we have to pay the whole show.
Oh, yeah.
We have to definitely.
I enjoyed it. Lots of
Can you let people know how to reach you on Facebook?
Okay, Jackie Cooper, just simple as Jackie Cooper on Facebook and Instagram as well. You can go and check out my website, PALS, Passionate About Living Souls. You'll be able to connect to that on my Facebook page.
People can hire you to speak.
Absolutely.
Awesome.
Thank you so much, Jackie.
We're going to have that book next time we see her.
Yes. We're going to claim that.
Thank you so much.
Thank you guys. Thank you guys. This was our wonderful, beautiful guest. If you have any questions for her, please leave them below. We will be returning shortly with our next guest. Don't miss it.
Don't miss it.
You're live with your talk show divas. Sit back and relax and enjoy. Exciting, informative, and sexy. So get ready for your talk show divas.
Hi, I'm Harry Lennox, and you're watching TV 1061, your global network.
Hi, I'm Michael Cow, your funniest man on the planet, and you're watching TV 1061, your global network. Stay tuned, because that's how they do it over here. Big time party! All right, see.
TV 1061,
conceptualizing your ideas across the world and beyond.